I'm working with you, Tim. I'm working with you, Tim. I mean, why would anyone in their right mind want to join doTERRA, Young Living, or Amway? Well, I received an email from somebody asking that exact same thing. So, let's address Tim with just that. Okay, so Tim opened up with, why MLM? Question mark. Just don't get it, and then gave a website to www.mlm-thetruth.com, which I checked out. He says, I come from MLM background, Amway, before it was changed to Quixtar North America. His grammar, I'm gonna just bear with me as I bear with him, because there's like missing words and stuff. Okay, looked at YL plan. It does seem there is more money in it than Amway back in the day. But all in all, it is basically the company that makes all the money in the game. Looking at the income disclosure statement as well as some more compensation plan information might help somebody come to a more accurate conclusion. But okay, we're going to keep reading now. I am making an assumption. Well, you know what happens when you assume. You make out of you and me, you know, with the word. That doTERRA basically similar in structure. Why not start your own? Why not start your online of products? I think they meant to say own. Again, we're not going to judge grammar and spelling. This is not English class, but just bear with me as I bear with him. Tim. Alright, instead of making them rich off you work and competing with them at the same time, as in you can buy it from them and skip the distributor. Whew, this is a verbal workout, okay? I'm just saying, I'm trying. At least Amway would not sell to the general public. You had to buy it from a distributor or through a distributor or IBO, independent business owner. It was in the contract that they would not go around the IBO. Seems like even Amway is doing it too. Just checked, and sure enough, shopping cart on their page. MLM is only good for the base company it is guaranteed sales to, them dedicated loyal customers, perfect business plan for the company. I don't really understand what he's saying. Maybe you do, but maybe he's trying to say like only the company benefits, which is not true. But okay, we're just going to continue to go on. I mean, the customers benefit if they understand the benefits and uses of the products. The business builders or distributors or wellness advocates or whoever benefit as long as they're helping people, you know, they're leading with powerful products, teaching and sharing. And then the company benefits because they're able to source, distill, test, bottle, and distribute and deliver and store and warehouse all that stuff, so that the wellness advocate just has to focus on really just marketing and sales and building relationships, and the customer just receives all the benefits and uses in exchange for the money that they pay for the real products. So, alright, let's continue. He says, hope you will take a look at the link at the top, maybe even give a video of the book. Well, speaking of video, that's what this is, but not of the book. I looked at the pros/cons on your site of the different companies. Looks like the main determining factor is whether you can use the product internally or not in all the companies. That's a big factor, as well as quality and service and price. There's more, stuff, just trying to get, the full spectrum. Here we go. They would be very foolish to take a liability on saying theirs is the only one you can take internal. That's not what they say. They say it depends which company too, but anyways, that took me by surprise. It is because people do stupid thing that the companies have to be very careful on what they are making claims of. Claims of. I'm working with you, Tim. Good example, cinnamon spice is safe to ingest. I think referring to the herb. Yeah. Or the ground up powdered cinnamon. Yeah. But then look up cinnamon challenge. Kentucky mom urges kids to stop cinnamon challenge after son dies. Cinnamon can kill. Okay, I don't know the story, what happened, but alright, anyways. The coroner ruled the death accidental and said that asphyxiation due to cinnamon ingestion is a common problem when the household ingredient is inhaled. He started choking June 9th, 2015. So he actually, yes, the cinnamon was the cause, but it was actually, suffocating. It sounds like it's the main cause. So, I mean, why are we doing challenges that cause suffocation is the question. Like, I put a little bit of cinnamon powder in my mouth before, and it's just like, whoa, but when it's in like desserts and stuff and like smoothies and green smoothies and stuff, I'm like, okay, let me, can you give me some more? That's pretty much what it's like. All right, just don't think there is an oil for stupidity. Wow, Tim, that's true. Okay, surprised that didn't sue the spice company the way things are today. I mean, that's happened with, coffee and McDonald's and spilling in people's laps and lots of other stories, but yeah, okay. Internal use of essential oils is perfectly safe and worry-free when used properly. I will also combine when the quality is not only tested but verified and publicly available, and from a, that's why I use doTERRA for that. Young Living does have oils that are approved for internal use, but the whole quality and testing thing I've done videos on. It's a whole nother video. We ain't gonna get into that rabbit hole today. All right, here we go. Some essential oils are not recommended for internal use, such as arbor vitae, birch, cedarwood, cypress, eucalyptus, white fir, and wintergreen. They are best used aromatically or topically. Okay, so yeah, you're dropping some little knowledge. Good job, Tim, for doing your research. All right, okay, cool. And then he, just so you know, he then copies and pastes the doTERRA letter from the Department of Health and Human Services about FDA compliance terms. So I'm aware, you're probably aware, if you're not, now you are, that the FDA sent a letter to doTERRA, Young Living, to basically say, hey, okay, time out. Your distributors are making too many drug claims, y'all need to stop it, all right? Or we're going to have to, take some measures that you ain't gonna like, maybe even shut y'all down. So that's that's the summary of it. So each company was like, all right, hold on, let's stay in business. All right, there's no need to shut anybody down. Okay, we're gonna address the people that made those claims and do our best to make sure that doesn't happen again in the future. Which is why my website is audited with crawlers that check for non-compliant terms, which is why I use a lot of synonyms for words to make sure I'm being compliant. And also what I encourage new people to do, but you or others may have seen or even done in speech or social media or anything, especially like publicly, like non-compliant terms being used. And it's very easy to do. I'll have links in the description below so you can see the doTERRA approved claims list for each product as well as overall, because that's, I don't want to say memorize it, but if you're doing doTERRA as a business, you pretty much need to get as close to memorizing those as possible so that when you're talking to people, you are not making drug claims. Yeah. Okay. I responded back with, hi Tim, thank you for the email, and to address your statements, I covered the topics of MLMs, doTERRA, Amway, and traditional employment versus network marketing, as well as compensation benefits / differences in my videos below. So boom, right there, all of those, okay, all of those. And the reason why I gave that is because there's really no new argument under the sun. Like, this pyramid scheme, MLM scam, only 1% of make money of distributors, 99% of distributors lose money. There's so many, those are like the main four that people have. But, and you got like traditional employment or real estate or stock investing or small business or corporation or mom and pops as viable ways to make business over network marketing because of this or that. So I've heard a lot. I've tried to address them all in a way that if you're open to reason, you can be like, you know what? I see what you're saying. I may not like or agree, but I see what you're saying, okay? Because I took the time. I took the time to watch or view or read all of it, okay? Okay. All right, and then I go on to say doTERRA has a compliance program in place to make sure they hold wellness advocates like myself accountable to the FDA standards, but new members can still make the mistake of making drug claims if they are not properly trained and adhering to the policy, as well as current wellness advocates. And I've gotten to the point where I can almost hear myself talking before I even talk, and I'm like, and then it just doesn't come out and I use a synonym. So that's pretty much happens. All right, this is why I use the resources below in my communications. And so that's what I was talking about, but I'll have a link so you can see, but it's the quick claims guide and then the approved claims list. Extra important to just like at least review, and if you're a distributor or wellness advocate, try to get as close to memorizing as possible. I know some people are like, Lance, I'm not in school anymore. Ain't nobody gotta study for a test, but it's like, okay. If you have any questions, then feel free to let me know, is what I ended with. And then Tim, he followed up. He followed up all right. He said, Lance, thank you for sending the links. Much appreciate it, especially the ones on the bottom. I was hoping you would have dug into the link I gave. If what that group is saying is untrue, people need to know. Go through it and break it down. I am under the impression if you are not actively selling the product or that selling should be by should I love you, Tim, but I'm gonna try. I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. I'm holding back a lot right now. Okay. I'm under the impression if you are not actively selling the product or that selling should be the main focus, it falls under a pyramid scheme. Endless recruitment, not structure of a business. All businesses recruit, but again, traditional network marketing versus authentic network marketing, which I already addressed in the links, so I'm not gonna. That's how Amway was considered legal. It was not just because they offer a product for sale. I have dyslexia, so it takes me a bit longer to get my head around things. Well, don't I feel bad now? All right. Thank you for your patience, so that would be much appreciated. It's okay if you don't. I understand that you're a very busy man. Well, first of all, I'm sorry because I didn't know they had dyslexia. So, okay. Anyways, here we go. We're gonna keep going here. Hey, I make mistakes too, okay? I own mine. Can't say that for some of the people I've done reviews on. You already know. I said thank you for the follow-up and no problem. I understand you are coming from it. I understand where you're coming from, but Amway, doTERRA, and Young Living are not pyramid schemes, are not MLM scams, and are fully legal according to the Federal Trade Commission or FTC definition, which is the ultimate authority that I included in the description area of the videos I sent. I have looked at the website link you sent, but if you have a specific question that I can answer based on the video links I sent to you, then I'd be more than happy to answer those. And so that's a lot of what I want to do is like, what specific thing do you have a problem with a company or MLM or network marketing business model? And let's talk about that in particular. Let's not just make an overgeneralization and say they're all this or all that. You can, but let's just take one of those and let's have a discussion on that. That way it's easier to address one problem at a time with a reasonable response or a discussion or just a solution. So that's what I recommend, but obviously that's not going to be done because this is the last time he actually responds back to me. But anyways, otherwise, if you have an anti-legal MLM position, then there's nothing I can do about that, and we'll just have to agree to disagree on that. And that's the truth. A lot of times, you know, people don't like or agree with my delivery or content, and that's people in doTERRA, that's people in Young Living, that's people that are anti-MLM, that's people that are neutral, that could be you. And for me, it's just like, well, that's fine, but aside from, you know, the delivery method or my sense of humor or anything like that, just look at what I'm saying, try to look at the kernel of truth or the watermelon side of truth and what I'm saying, and look at the other sides as well and what they're saying, so you get more perspective and your mind is like, okay, I see what's going on. That's like practicing empathy. Empathy is just looking at things from the other person's perspective, walking a couple steps in their shoes or walking a couple miles in their shoes if you have more empathy. But that doesn't mean you have to keep the shoes or buy the shoes or wear the shoes again. You're just walking in them so you know what they feel like, right? That's empathy, and I think that's so missing in a lot of things. But it's, you know, it's interesting that they gave, you know, information and sources, but that was the end of the conversation. I don't know what they did with anything. Hopefully, you know, in a discussion you actually like present specific, you know, arguments or discussion topics, and so that they can be expounded upon and discussed further. And I think the ultimate progression of that discussion, especially with somebody who shares differing views of yourself, is we can't agree on everything. If we agreed on everything, then we would be the same person and one of us would not be necessary. Therefore, if we can't agree on everything because we're not the same person, then at some point we have to agree to disagree and call it a day, okay? Because that's the most reasonable thing you can do with somebody who has differing views. If somebody has, similar or the same values and beliefs, then you can kind of go like this and be like, okay, I see you. But if you're just like, no, then it's like, okay, well then let's agree to disagree. But a lot of times people are like, no, ain't nobody trying to agree to disagree. I don't have that skill set. Let me just try to pull you to my side and make you feel bad about yours and shame you and blame you and da-da-da-da. It's just like, you need to read the book How to Solve Your People Problems, link in the description below, and actually internalize that and try to practice one thing from each chapter. That's what you need to do if you're on that type of extraness. Anyways, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit the like button if you did. Hit subscribe for future video updates. And most importantly, check out the links in the description below so you can continue to get your learn on. And I'll see you in the next video.